This tutorial is intended to show you how to assemble something using more than just the standard place component function. We'll also show you how to use the place from Inventor Content Center function. And this is useful when you're creating something that uses standard components like nuts and bolts and screws. You can see that I've already used place component to bring these pieces into the assembly. I'll just remind you how you do that. Go to place component, open up a menu, use the functions here to navigate to find your part, and choose the piece that you'd like to place into the assembly. So in this case I'm going to put in the 15mm spacer. I'm going to place that in here. You may already know that if you press escape you'll stop getting more items. Something that a lot of people don't seem to realise is that you can rotate these parts too if you hold on to them and then press the G key. Then you can rotate them round and get a better look at them, and that helps you constrain them. So I'm going to straight away constrain these two pieces over onto the flat plastic bracket. I'm going to do that in the standard way. I'm constraining the end of this onto the surface of this. I'm going to do the exact same over here. The end of this onto the surface of this. I also need the centres to align, so I'm going to hover about here until I see a central axis, and I'm going to do the same down here. I've got to do this one more time up at the top, and that's them constrained in place. Now I need to bring in some screws to hold it together, because in real life these pieces would just fall apart. I'm going to rotate it around so we can get a better look at what will happen. I'm going to put a little screw into here, and I'm also going to have one placed in here. This is where we do something a little different. If we go to this button you'll see that it's split in two. So if I press the lower section of it, it'll change and give me some options. I'm going to choose the one called Place from Content Center. In a lot of books, this is known as a library. A CAD library is something that contains pre-made parts that the programmers expect you to use again and again. You can also add to a library, so if you devise a new component that will get used repeatedly, you can add it to a central store that can get brought in quickly and save you a lot of time. Inventor's got a massive range of different parts that are commonly used in engineering. It's got a search function, and I found this after quite a long search just by typing in the term hex. So if you want to find it a bit faster, type in what you see on the screen here, a JISB1174, and what that will do is give you a little metric screw that's going to be about 8mm long. So I'm going to press on it, and I'm going to press OK. Now when I come back into the assembly, I might get a little warning, but I'm just going to press yes. It should now hover about on the end of the mouse. So if I come down and I hover around about the hole, it's going to place it into that hole. The clever thing about Inventor is it will decide to make it a particular size. So you can see, because I've hovered around this 3mm hole with a 3mm thread, it knows that it's got to be an M3 screw about 6mm long. So I'm going to hover about here, click, press the edge. You get a menu here. You can insert multiple components, so if I press this one, I can add a second one. If I press the green tick, I can tell it that I'm finished. I can now do a second one by going over to the other hole, clicking on it and pressing the green tick. Again, like placing regular components, if I keep clicking I'll get more and more, so I hit the escape key at this point. If I'm unhappy about anything about this, I can come over, I can right click on it, and I can bring up a menu that will allow me to delete it or to change it. You can go to this one here, select other, and that could allow you to change the size. So that's that now screwed together, and that was using something called the Inventor Content Center. As I said before, this is commonly referred to as a parts library in CAD packages.